Lieutenant Dan, and I'm not talking about the character from Forrest Gump. I'm talking about this Florida man who apparently lives in the ocean. He lives overseas, but literally overseas. He lives in his boat. But anywho, this TikToker JC331 has been going viral recently. Well, because he doesn't want to get off his boat. He doesn't want to get to safety. He doesn't care if there's a hurricane coming. He's staying on his damn boat. And I gotta respect it. I'm not gonna lie. The way he's living his life is his own choice, his own decision. But the fact that he's not fazed by this hurricane season going on right now, these huge Cat 5s, Helene and Milton, is, well, pretty cool. And this whole situation started getting attention from this right here. Florida man refuses to leave boat as Category 5 hurricane approaches. Go ahead and check this out.
All right, Jay, they're saying 20-foot storm surge.
It could be 120. It doesn't matter. The boat floats. That's the whole thing. Keep the water on the outside of the boat, and the boat will go up with the water and down with the water. That's what we want to do.
Can we please get you into a hotel?
No. No.
Everybody's been asking, man. We got to get you off this thing.
Listen, the only way I'm going to go to a motel room is if a woman invites me and she's going to stay. That's the only way I'm going. That's the only thing I can give the boat up for is a girl.
A girl. With Jenny. For a girl. Even with the 150-mile-an-hour winds.
You know what? I ain't worried about none of that.
It's not worried, guys.
Listen, you see this tattoo right here? IGY6. I got you 6. I got your back. Because God's got mine. So if I say I got you, I got you. And if I got you, God got you.
True.
I ain't worried about it. And what am I going to fear? Dying? My only fear is waking up tomorrow broke.
There you go. There you go. And he said, what am I going to fear? Dying? God's got me. I got your 6. That's such a cool tattoo, by the way. Yeah, so obviously the man does not want to leave his boat. He said the only way he'll leave is if a woman calls him to go to a hotel or motel with him, which is kind of funny and kind of valid. But he said even then, that's not a trade for the boat. Then that led to this post that says, insane Florida man riding the hurricane out on a boat is looking for a female.
The safest place in the world to be is on my boat. And I got room for one more female.
Oh, valid. So he has room for a female. If any females are looking for a Lieutenant Dan, there you got it. But yeah, the man is missing a leg, by the way, which is the name Lieutenant Dan. For obvious reasons, Forrest Gump, Lieutenant Dan. There you go. Obviously, I wouldn't do this and put myself in that situation, but he has a point when he's saying that water rises. He's on a boat. I mean, it's kind of a safe place to be in theory, right? Right. Obviously, it could flip. It could go into the city, whatever. There's so many hazards that could happen from doing this, but hey, the man's choosing to do his own thing. He could do his own thing. It's his own life, right? Then we have Florida man who's staying on a boat during the hurricane is somehow still alive. Now, this was not Hurricane Milton. This was Helene. So this was the previous Cat 5 hurricane. It was a little update. Let's go ahead and look at it real quick.
It's 9 o'clock. We got 3 hours until high tide. And we're checking in on Lieutenant Dan. His boat has risen a little. Dan! Lieutenant Dan! Are you in there? There he is! Dan! We need an interview! There he is! There's our guy! Yo, look at him! Yay! How we doing? Give the people an update.
Good. We're staying on this side of the pole. But it's actually still low tide. If you believe that.
He says it's still low tide when it's in 3 hours high tide, but his boat is on the concrete.
So basically, Lieutenant Dan survived Hurricane Helene, and he was like, you know what? I'm going to do it again. I'm going against a Milton, and that's what he ended up doing. So there you go. That was kind of just a little bit of context of what he's already been through, what he's experienced. So I guess he's kind of like, oh, you know, I got this. I got it like a champ, bro. I survived this. I do this shit. We got another post that says, insane Florida man Lieutenant Dan plans on staying on his sailboat throughout the hurricane, which, I mean, we get the point. He ended up doing the same thing. He stayed through Hurricane Milton. Then we got Keemstar, and he says Lieutenant Dan will survive. Think about it. He got main character motion. God gonna let him live. Which, like, I see where he's coming from. He was going viral. He has a lot of attention. It's like everybody's, I guess, kind of looking out for him however they can. And there was even a GoFundMe that people were helping him raise money through to get better supplies, maybe a better boat, whatever. Anything to help him in his seafaring dreams. We got another clip, and this is where people started kind of getting scared for him. This is where Milton started actually hitting. It says Lieutenant Dan fear is at an all-time high as a video of an unrelated boat is being shared online. Do you think Dan will make it out alive? And holy smokes, you can see this boat is having a tough time. Yeah, no. He got me messed up, boy. Then people checked up on him. Lieutenant Dan still alive as storm makes landing. That is crazy. I mean, I can't lie, it's very impressive. It'd be kind of cool if they made some sort of documentary about this whole situation. That leads me to this post where Draw Miller kind of just did a little fun little post where it says, Netflix better throw Lieutenant Dan a bag when he survives. And for real, man, this whole thing could be a documentary of all sorts of him living on his boat through multiple huge hurricanes. And that's honestly amazing. But Dexerto went ahead and tweeted, viral TikToker Lieutenant Dan survived Hurricane Milton in his 20-foot boat after refusing to evacuate. Now he's been offered a new $100,000 boat and a cake deal by Adin Ross. And that leads me to the main point of today's video, Adin Ross and Lieutenant Dan. Adin actually ended up interacting with them, and they ended up hopping in a call, and he said, yo, I'm actually willing to give you $100,000 sign-in bonus, and if you stream 100 hours a month from your sailboat and your expeditions and adventures, etc., you have yourself a kick contract, which honestly for him would be amazing, truly amazing, and it would help him a lot. He could literally do 24/7 streams or whatever, stream 5 hours a day or something while he's living his life, and people can take a look into Lieutenant Dan's life. $100,000 for a new boat or a $100,000 boat would be honestly amazing. That's really fucking cool of Adin to do, if you ask me. We got Adin Ross is gifting Florida men and Lieutenant Dan a new boat and a kick deal.
We were able to come up. I'm gonna be able to pay for a boat for you. We're gonna get you a nice boat in the range of $50,000 to $100,000, and we're gonna get you a full-time kick deal, which is a live streaming deal where you can stream your entire voyages and all your adventures, and you could have a passive income come in. And you're gonna be, you're gonna have a kick deal, man, a live streaming deal. So you could live stream and connect with fans all over the world, and they could really see your adventure, man.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
It's gonna be insane.
I mean that from, I don't know what else to say other than thank you. Bless you all.
And well, Lieutenant Dan was speechless. You could tell that he really felt that, and that honestly made so many people really, really happy. And before I continue with the story, the reason I put Adin Ross kind of scheming on the thumbnail is because one of my content creator friends actually referred to Adin as industry planting Lieutenant Dan, which leads me to this joke right here, and it says the Hawktua girl and Lieutenant Dan would most likely become millionaires, and I'm supposed to convince my teenager that school is important. 2.2 million views, 100,000 likes. Let me go ahead and like that because it's pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. And it's kind of true. I mean, it's one of those situations where somebody just kind of lived their lives and went viral, and boom. I guess some people do see this as kind of like, dude, that's unfair. Like, what? I went to school, I study, I bust my ass, whatever. Life's unfair, man. If anything, just be happy for other humans, bro, honestly. Shit, I would love a $100,000 sign-in bonus to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, but it ain't like that, so we continue to work. But honestly, very happy for Lieutenant Dan. That was until people started digging into this man's past, and well, we see this. Lieutenant Dan's 14 mugshots go crazy. Bro is a menace. Also, just to be clear, most of these are failure to appear, which is, I believe, him not going to court. So Lieutenant Dan has been arrested several times. And well, people are obviously mad. And we have a tweet here that says, new internet sensation Lieutenant Dan has been arrested over a dozen times and is accused of trying to set a woman on fire. 54-year-old Joseph Malinosk went viral for refusing to leave his boat in the Tampa area ahead of Hurricane Milton. There's an open criminal case over whether or not his boat even belongs to him. He has also been arrested for battery against a law enforcement officer, drug possession, and attempted breaking and entering. In February, Malinosk reportedly got into an argument with a woman who was on a concrete bench. He approached the woman and poured gasoline on the bench where she was sitting and allegedly set it on fire. Malinosk then started pouring water on her and tried to light her on fire as well. A GoFundMe was recently set up for Malinosk, calling him the kindest soul who is always ready to lend a hand. It has raised tens of thousands of dollars. We got a bit of a video here for more context on Lieutenant Dan and his story.
You weren't afraid at all last night?
No, I'm not scared of anything. What I've been through, this weather is nothing, and I put my faith in God. God told me to come here. God told me 5 years ago, I was in Colorado, he put on my heart, Tampa, Florida, and get a boat. I woke up one morning with that on my heart, and that's all I could think about. I mean, they were calling for a Cat 5. I didn't know what to expect. What happened last night was nothing compared to Helena.
So you think if another storm rolls through Tampa, you're going to remain on your boat?
Yeah, I'd remain on the boat no matter what.
Once again, sharing a bit of his point of view, his story, his, I guess, purpose here in life. And I gotta say something, as a Christian myself, I believe in God, and I believe that God is always there. He's protecting me, but I also believe he gave us a brain for a reason. I'm not judging here or anything, but I'm just saying that, yes, of course, God's gonna protect us. Yes, God is here for us to lend us a hand, and keeping our faith in God is what we're supposed to do. But he also gave us a brain for a reason, man. If you put yourself in a situation that's a little bit way too over the top, please do what you know best. yes, please do what your gut tells you to do. Please do as you feel you have to do. I hope this isn't just some sort of message or statement he's trying to get across. I don't know. Hope you guys get what I'm trying to get at, but obviously he survived Milton. He said that Helena was a lot worse. And then we got this. Lieutenant Dan upset after being told Adin Ross canceled his kick deal, and boat gift after discovering old charges that were dropped. Adin Ross has stated he has not made a decision yet and claims he is innocent until proven guilty. Which, by the way, from my knowledge, Adin hadn't said anything to this point. People were just saying X, Y, and the third on the internet, and well, people sent him the message, and then they asked him, what do you think about Adin not supporting you anymore?
Feel about Adin Ross telling you he not getting you a boat no more?
He came to me. I never went to him. He offered it to me. I never asked for it. So then he turned around and he starts singing about my history. Well, you should have did that before you made the offer. You know, if you're worried about your image and who you have working for you, you should have done your due diligence and looked me up before you made me an offer of $100,000 sign-on bonus, $50,000 a month with a $100,000 boat. And I'm gonna let you go because I don't care about that. But I'm gonna tell you
He
this.
took the money away too?
Huh?
He took the 100K?
Took that, as far as I know, everything.
Oh, wow.
You know, and that's the thing. I mean, I didn't ask you for it. You offered it. I agreed to do what you asked me to do. You asked me to be on kick 100 hours a month. I agreed. I said, no problem. I'll do it. I'm down for that. We agreed. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I see her and see on the internet is how you're disgusted with my history and that deal is done.
So what about your history that disgusts him so bad? Because we all got a history. Nobody closet clean.
I went to prison. I did jail time. But I had to tell you point blank, God to my soul, I'm innocent of all the charges. I was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer. He said I punched him in the nose. I never even saw the cop. He beat the hell out of me from behind. And then I went to prison for a year and a day on a battery on a Leo charge. And I never even saw him. But the thing is this, is where karma and God are real. Because the bartender who started it all, the manager, and the arresting officer were all the witnesses. While I went to prison for 5.5 months, the 44-year-old bartender had a massive heart attack in his sleep and died.
Oh, my God.
The cop, who was a street cop that used to wear the sheriff thing across his chest and had the gun and the boots and the military. He's now behind a desk at the substation in Lake Worth. So that when you walk in, he's like, "How can I help you?" You know, tell me that ain't a demotion.
Right.
You know, and on top of that, he looks like he's got cancer.
Oh, my God.
And that ain't my fault. I didn't do nothing to you.
Right.
You know what? Karma bit you on the ass.
Wow, that is actually insane. He's saying karma's gonna take care of it, God's gonna take care of it. He said the people that basically falsely accused him for a bunch of stuff, karma took care of them, and he said he was innocent, explained himself, and there you go. I can't lie, it's very true. Adin should have done some sort of research before offering this if he wanted to take it back, but that's the thing, Adin wasn't taking it back. This is why I always say, don't believe everything you hear on the internet, kids. Do your fucking research. Don't just agree with me because I have an opinion. Don't just agree with your neighbor. You could have a different opinion, as long as it doesn't start problems, because if it does, just keep it to yourself, man. But anyways, that does lead us to a great and happy ending where Adin Ross calls Lieutenant Dan to tell him he will still be getting the deal and the $100,000 boat.
Yo!
Yo.
Dan!
What's up?
You let the internet get a hold of you, man. I never ever said any of that stuff. It's all fake news.
Okay. That's all right. Good with me. I'm good with you. That's fine. I didn't care.
I know you didn't care. I saw your reaction, but it broke my heart a little bit because it's so easy to manipulate the internet into thinking of a clip. I pulled up a clip.
About it.
Yeah. I pull up a clip, right? I pull up a clip, and I'm like, what? Right after that, I said, I don't care about any of that. I said we all have a past. For one, for two, you open up to me about your past drug addiction and stuff, bro. I would never do that. I would never ever take back what I offered you, bro. We had a good conversation. I even texted your boy Tanner at 4:30 in the morning after the stream ended. I said, "Well, let's have a boat." Does he want? Did he pick out his boat? This is after. This is before all this stuff.
And there you go. Well, thankfully, he's still doing that. I mean, like the guy said, he has a past. He should have done his research. And it's true, man. We've all done some fuck shit in the past, bro. Maybe not illegal or committed any crimes, but still, we're not all perfect. No one is perfect, as a matter of fact. We're all human beings, and we are deserved of a second chance. Hopefully, he has reformed from his old ways. And there you go. Hopefully, this changes his life for the better. He gets to entertain people, maybe even change other people's lives in one way, shape, or form. Because at the end of the day, that's what the entertainment industry is all about. But anyways, let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this whole situation. Do you guys think that Lieutenant Dan should get this? Should he not? Let me know. Just because we disagree doesn't mean we can't be friends. Also, let me know if you guys have anything specific you want me to cover. Check out my social media down below in the description box. As always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Virux out. And well, shout out Adin Ross, Lieutenant Dan. Hopefully this all goes well. Peace.